It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. The moment these NFC teams have waited for all season long. We're away in Wild Card Weekend. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. Escapes the pocket. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First down throwing for Hurts. Headed out right. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running right, it's Barkley. Has some space inside the 15. Dives for the pylon, and that's a touchdown. The Eagles take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So that right there, exactly what you're looking for in the opening drive of a game.
And these opening drives are tone setters. You come out flat, maybe you go 3 and out. Sometimes there's a carryover effect, Kate, but here they were sharp, they were crisp, and they grabbed the early lead.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Zach Bond with the tackle. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Ready. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Milton. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Trap 60.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completed to his running back. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. They're going for this. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Second and 3 now. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
73.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Another try following the sack. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
This our last play of the quarter.
63.
Third and long for him here. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. 1 quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. 7-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they come away with some points on that series.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a give left side. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Ready? Cowboy 80.
Back-to-back carries here. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now.
Here we go, set.
Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Set. Rig alert, rig alert. Ready.
Another carry for him. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Milton to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock. But, man, the defense took that away, too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Let's go. 65 cat, 65 cat.
Milton back to throw. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Go!
They send him left out of the slot. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. He's inside the 10. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers start to fight back with their first points of this game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period.
Yeah.
End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Panthers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Good. Hey, easy. 63, pass.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. That's the rookie from Texas hauling it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. In the middle holds, they don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now Hurts. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
63. No, stop. Hey, 73. On Silver, ready? Now let me at it. No, stop.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. This one falls incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4.
No, stop. Now let me at it. Hey.
On 4th down, Hurts. He's got Brown on the slant. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. A play fake now hurts to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Looking for a target. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Send everybody deep. I know he wants to wait and stretch the field and use his arm. The trouble is you wait too long, you end up on your back.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Man in motion here.
Check. Hey, smash. Go street.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. He throws a bullet down the right. He's got it. Oh, what body control to stay in and get the 2 feet down. Give him 32 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. Throwing now, Milton. He's on the move. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Come on. Set. 18, run. 18, run.
From the 39. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And that brings up 3rd down. Slot man motioned over.
Track 60. Nineteen tight. 19 Lions. 7 Pirates. Mustang 19. Go.
To the air, 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that makes it 4th down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
They've got a man in motion.
Trap 60.
To throw, Milton. That's cut beyond the marker. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Now the Panthers decide to spend their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion.
70 range, 70 range. Warrior, 70.
Milton now. And it's cut in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers make it a one-score game before halftime. Extra point try now from Pinheiro. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
Hey, Silver.
He's back to throw. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the second half of our wild card game gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Hurt. Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon, they're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Zach Bond with the tackle. Third and just 2 to go.
Shut up.
They give it to him again. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a third down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Okay, ready?
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
60 Maverick. Let's go. Ready?
Back to throw. Here's Milton. Catch made over the middle. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. 16 yards on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Here's Milton. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Panthers take the lead right away in half number 2. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They send a man in motion. Here's Saquon. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
63.
On first down, Hurts. He gets it to Juwan Johnson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. They're set up at the 35 now. Man in motion here. Running is Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling their running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long. Tight end going in motion here. On third down, it's Hurts. On the move, headed right. Cut at the 10-yard line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go. Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's second and goal. They'll try again with Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles grab the lead on their first series of the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles push their lead to 3. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And this run's limited to a minimal gain up to about the 44. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And we'll turn our focus now to the flag down as he ends up out of bounds. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Now Milton to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw. That's complete to Wilson. And he's touched as they pick up that 1st down on 4th. We're down to 1 quarter before we determine our wild card winner. It's Panthers football and their playoff run's in jeopardy. They're trailing here. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Here we go, set.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Milton back to throw. Complete out to the right. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves. Go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Shut up. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Riggs.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out.
Mustang 19. Check go.
Milton. This one's caught. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Check, check. Hut, hut.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few. A big moment coming up for Eddie Pinheiro on this attempt. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they've tied it up late in the 4th.
The prospect of overtime now, Kate's right on the horizon thanks to that field goal. His mindset, though, well, it's the same as all his teammates out there who are about to take the field. Let's go get this ball back. Let's find a way to win this thing in regulation.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Don't touch that. Out, out, out.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. He rolls to his right. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Eagles pushing to get within range for a game winner. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They've got a man in motion. Barkley trying this up the gut. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Back to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Typically, Kate, you see dime coverage as a quarterback, you can find a completion. Right? You know what you're getting defensively. Yeah, there's a bunch of pass defenders on the field, There's usually also checkdowns and available outlets. Not that time. Excellent dime coverage behind, and just enough pressure to get home and force the sack.
Here he is to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. This lands deep into the end zone. We're picking things up at the 20 after the touchback. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Go!
Here he is to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Warrior 70. Ready.
Setting up to pass. Wilson's got it. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He'll look to throw it. He's going to lob one deep down the left sideline. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing now, Milton. Toward the sideline and caught by Wilson. And he runs out of bounds at the opposing 45. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
Come on, set. Get up.
He'll throw it yet again. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he gets this forward to the 19. It's a pickup of 26. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. This game now resting on the attempt from Eddie Pinheiro. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. The kick is good. He got it. And their postseason starts with a win as they take this wild card game. So the Panthers guard the vault and get the win at home. And they're headed